Alright, man. KiTheReal. Let the people know who you is and where you coming from with it.
Houston, Texas. By the way, it's like, I know it look like it's like KiTheReal, but it's really like KiTheReal, like ethereal, but like KiTheReal type shit. My full name is Kedrick, but
yeah,
people always grew up calling me Key. And the ethereal part is just because, you know what I'm saying, I'm into like deep into spirituality, so there's something about the word ethereal that, I don't know, I just always liked the word, and then when I put key on it, it felt right. But ethereal means like too good for this world type thing, or like too hot for this world. So I was like, yeah, let me put this shit together. Yeah, it's got KiTheReal.
So alright, so speak on, cause you know, like I know with this, you know, when people start figuring out themselves and, you know, figuring out their spiritual shit, it kind of affect the way they look at the world. And, you know, it could, you know, for some people it can fuck it up, and then for some people it can help them out in a, you know, in a good way. So speak on how has that like changed the way you look at this music shit coming into it, and, you know, trying to make yourself a name within it.
I mean, I always been, like I say, intellectual.
Yeah.
From my upbringing, my mom had a boyfriend that was like real deep into that. Plus my father too, he played a part in my intelligence as well. But I was just in this like Black history first. That's kind of what like started it, and then I just started getting more curious about the world they were living in general, like where shit come from, and what we like, where are we really living on, and outside of what they tell us in school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But spirituality, it's helped me a lot, man, because it helped me like know and almost like start to master myself as a person. Because I was growing up, I was like real like insecure, like real timid type shit, and then I wasn't ready to handle the weight of the world yet. So once I got deep off into spirituality, I started to focus on myself and focus on my strengths and my weaknesses.
How early on did that start? Like, you know, you said you had your mama boyfriend and then your pops as well. So how early on did you start actually catching on and picking up on it to where you start doing your own research and shit like that?
I say about 17, 18, but I didn't start actually. See, it's one thing to know, and then it's another thing to apply.
No,
I didn't start applying spirituality practices into my life until I was about 21, 22.
Yeah. You say you got into it around 18, 19. So what would you say kept you from applying it then?
I mean, just regular teenage distraction. Bro. I was caught up in the world. I was too of the world then, so I was just getting caught up in everyday regular kid shit.
All right, man. So let's go back to the beginning as far as music. Who would you say, what would you say got you influenced to start fucking with the music shit?
I always liked music. It was really my mom. R.I.P. my mama.
Yeah.
I'm my only child, so I was always in the backseat of my mama car listening to nothing but R&B like every day. And so eventually I started singing the songs on the radio and the shit she was playing on CDs. And she used to gas me up like, go ahead, man. And I used to get gassed up, and I used to like that shit. As far as like creating music, I started doing that with my cousin, Jordan. Yeah. We started doing that shit on like just recording voice memos and putting a beat in the background, like, cause he started doing it first. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
That shit hard, bro. Let me see if I can hit that up. Cause I always liked to write and read in school, so it was like I was good at using my words to create visuals type shit. So I was good at being descriptive in my speech when I'm like writing shit. So I started off writing, and then that's when Bandlab had started coming out. And so it was easier access to music to make music, you know what I'm saying? So we just started, this was like back in 2017 too.
Yeah.
We started putting that shit on the beat song and started recording ourselves. I mean, that shit sounded horrible, but we just kept doing that shit, bro. Like, we never stopped doing it. And then eventually, over time, I was like, damn, bro, I'm really good. I'm kind of good at this shit. So I ended up going to the military, and I got like real like depressed back then. And it was cause like I had ended up finding out my mom was gonna be on dialysis and shit. And I was going through a lot as it is in the military too. So I was just like got real depressed.
Yeah.
And so shit, I was like, I don't know. I was just like, all right, I can make music. So I just went to the studio, like fuck it. Like I just went to the studio because I kept listening to that Murder on My Mind by Melly. But it wasn't necessarily like me having ready to kill somebody. It was like really myself type shit. And
yeah.
I straight the song. I just kept listening over and over again. And I was like, bro, let me just remix this. So I had went to the studio and I did that shit. And I think I had posted on Twitter. Then I had posted on SoundCloud, and that shit like 3,000 plays. I deleted it though. I really deleted it because I just didn't want to revisit that past. But that's when I really found out, like, yeah, I got some of this music shit. Because I went back to the studio like 2 days later, and I kept going.
So was it from the jump? Did you feel like you was taking this shit serious from the jump, or was it a certain moment, that hit and made you feel like I need to start getting serious?
It was really people telling me I need to get serious, because, like, for me, it felt like a hobby, like, or at least that's how, like, you know, your parents, that's how they're perceiving it type shit. I'm listening to my elders, so it's like, they're like, man, that's a hobby, like, focus on your money. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm focusing on what I'm focusing on, but, like, I'm making music in my free time because I genuinely love doing this shit. But, like, I'm falling in love with it, so I'm starting to do it in all my free time damn near. And it was just, I guess, because it was people, bro. People will tell you if your shit good or not. And they just kept pushing me. I'm like, you know what? All right, let me see what I can do. And shit, it really just started from there.
Looking back at it now, do you feel like them telling you to not focus or not to put all your eggs in one basket type shit? Do you feel like them telling you that type of shit was a bad thing, or do you feel like it was a good thing looking back at it now?
Looking back at it now, it was really a good thing, because like I said, then I wasn't even mentally ready for that type of shit to take serious. And then they are right, like, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, yeah, just because I'm taking this shit serious don't mean I'm not taking the rest of my life serious too.
Yeah.
I got my eggs in a few baskets, but you know what I'm saying? That's how you do have to operate. You can't that's not how you want to live, you know what I'm saying? Because anything can happen.
All right, man, it's a lot of people in the city, it's a lot of people in the world in general that's making music and shit like that. But let's say, like, what would you say you bringing different to the music industry? Like, describe to somebody, like, what is your sound? What is your style of music? What would you say the message is behind your music? What would somebody leave with after listening to one of your songs?
They'd be like spiritual rap, but it's hard. Like, I don't even know I can't even describe my own music, to be, like, completely honest with you, bro. Because I got so many sounds that I like to play with. Like, I can make an R&B song, I can make a hard rap song, or I can make, like, the new age, you know what I'm saying, with the auto-tune type shit, with the hard beats auto-tune type shit. Like, I don't really like to box myself in, but it is more so the messages I'm leaving in my shit. Because, yeah, I'm going to make it sound good as fuck, but you need to listen to what I'm saying, because I'm dropping some jewels in there. But I would say it's like, I guess spiritual. I guess that's a new subject.
Yeah.
It's definitely a shift in the music, bro. Like, it's a shift happening. Like, yeah, so most people, it feel like it's in a bad place, but if you really, really, really look around and really pay attention, bro, like, just know I'm not alone. I'm trying to pretty much bring a light to all the darkness that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too much one way when it need to be balanced.
Yeah.
That's really how I feel about it.
What do you feel like? How you feel about the current state of the music scene right now in Texas?
In Texas?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Texas doing this fucking thing. Like, we doing that fucking thing. Because there's so many sounds in Texas from what I pay attention to.
Yeah.
Everybody not trying to sound like everybody else too much. But you still got that. You can still tell it's Texas at the same time. I really want to see what we're gonna be in the next 5 to 10 years for sure.
Do you feel like we gonna ever have like that next? Cause I feel like we had the chopped and screwed wave already. Everybody that came with that wave. Then I feel like what came after that was still years later and shit. But it was Sauce. Mm-hmm. I feel like Sauce had the last biggest wave. Do you feel like do you feel like we close to having like that next person that's gonna have that big wave in Houston, or do you feel like we years away from it right now?
No, I feel like we close to it. Cause it's a lot of people making music right now.
Yeah.
Especially in the city. Somebody bound to make something happen for sure.
All right, man. So from the outside looking at it, it seems like you consistent. You real consistent with the music shit as far as like having new music to preview and shit like that. So what you working on right now? I seen you just drop. I don't know what's the name of what you just dropped? The OG, the OD.
Oh, it's Ogdo Freestyle.
Yeah. So explain the name and then explain the like the whole meaning behind the song.
Well, the name really ain't got nothing to do with the song. I just want the title there just to see something. But Ogdo is pretty much that goes into the Egyptian mythicism. Pretty much is like the original gods that the Egyptians worship.
Yeah.
And it's like 8 entities. And for me, like, the number 8 is like really prevalent in my life. That's why I got it set up Path 8.
Yeah.
And plus, like, my birthday got all 8s in it, so.
Yeah, I seen you post something about that before.
Yeah. So I'm real deep into numerology too.
Yeah.
So this Ogdo means 8, D8 in Egyptian mythology.
How would you say how would you say it is trying to like do you like I know you try to put like bring the spiritual stuff into the music, so do you ever feel like it's a challenge trying to do that?
I feel like it can be a challenge because, I mean, let's be real, bro. People don't be wanting to hear like positive shit all the time, so it's like it's hard to make good medicine taste good. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's really what I focused on. That's what I feel like I'm bringing to the table for sure. Like I say, it's not just me. It's a shift happening. There's more than me just coming.
For the past couple months, I would say, or at least a year, it seemed like a lot more people starting to like become aware of like this music industry shit, and they starting to be aware that they can control they self for real.
Yeah,
So do you feel like within that shift, do you feel like that's one big part of it that's happening?
Hell yeah. Like the industry know that the industry know who's really in control now, and we know it too. They were just hoping that we didn't know, but now that we know, they gotta like, I mean, all that shit fall anyway. But yeah, bro, we can be our own boss at this point. But Houston always kind of been like that anyway. Like,
On the way, that's why most artists have been underground superstars almost.
yeah, cause we like real. I mean, Houston like real proper when it comes to being self-made. So
Yeah.
that's. I mean, it ain't really nothing new to us, but yeah.
All right, so what's your recording vibe like? Like what you like? How you like to like when you getting ready to record and shit? Like what you do before you record or what you do while you recording? What's your whole vibe like as far as creating a song?
Well, depending on what kind of song I'm making, if I'm like singing or something, I'll just like meditate. I like to meditate before I go in, like smoke a water or some shit like that. And then just get my mind space clear. And then just, I'll record on my phone too, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be doing this shit on Bandlab. But I take it to a producer and they master it.
Yeah.
But that's if you want to look for that higher quality. I mean, you don't have. I mean, it's a new day and age. You can really do that shit.
There's a lot of people. I think they say Lil Tyler made his first. They hit off the phone and off the Bandlab and shit like that.
Yeah, shit. But I guarantee you, he in that studio now.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, like, it is very possible to do that shit. But if you do want to take yourself to the next level, like for me personally, this is just me personally though. Like I'll use Bandlab as like a rough job. Like I'll go in there, put the beat on there, and then make the song there. Then once I go to the studio, I'm already got the song and they got the lyrics. I can just go in there, read the shit, boom, boom. Go do another song, boom, boom. That's really how I'm able to drop, like have so many songs stacked up and then drop it so easy because I got that shit booked up on Bandlab.
What would you say is the positive side and the negative sides of using Bandlab? Like what's some pros and cons of fucking with Bandlab?
I say a con is you can get complacent and thinking that's all you need. But a pro is you can be as consistent as you want to be.
Okay, as far as the con, have you ever found yourself feeling like that?
Yeah.
And then how would you say you worked yourself up out of that? Cause you still fuck with the Bandlab shit though, right?
Yeah.
So what made you get how did you get yourself up out of that, and then how did you go back into still fucking with the Bandlab shit?
Because I feel like Bandlab is really like the new SoundCloud in a way, like kind of in a way, because it's freedom behind music. So I always want to have that sense of freedom where I can just, whenever I'm feeling like I can just go make a song.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna always be next to a computer. But at the same time, when I started talking to people that were like really into music, like that were really in the industry type shit, they were just like, bro, you gotta take your shit to the. I mean, because you can only master your shit so much on Bandlab. Like you play that shit in the car, you can be like, damn. It's like you got potential in your shit, but you gotta take it to a studio, get it engineered. Because there's definitely a science behind making music. Like, besides you just going on the mic and then just hitting record.
I know with the spiritual stuff, it's a lot of different sounds, it's a lot of different ways that once you get into like meditating and shit like that, it's a lot of different sounds you'll discover, you'll come across, and you'll learn about. So have you ever tried to like bring some of those sounds into the music?
All the time. Most of the time, well, I always say that when I be rapping, like that really, cause when I'm not writing and I'm just going off the top of my head, that don't be me. That be me almost like channeling. Like I just be going saying however I feel in that moment.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and listen to it. Damn. I always like to be myself, even in school. Like, you can ask anybody who went to school with me, but I dress how the fuck I want to dress. Like, be yourself. You are going to make it it is much easier to be yourself than to go chase an image. Like,
yeah.
You're going to stress yourself out because then you're going to be trying to figure out what's the next image once you run out of that one. Like, just be yourself, grow with yourself, and evolve with yourself, and shit will come much easier, bro. I'm telling you.
All right, so man, so what you been working on musically as far as like what you got coming next? I know you just dropped the video, live performance video. So what you got coming next?
I got like a few videos coming, like soon, and then I got a project coming by the beginning of the year. I say about January, February for sure.
So you done for the rest of this year, as far as projects and singles,
yeah.
or are you still gonna drop a single or something?
No, I'm for sure gonna still drop some singles, but I can't give y'all too much. I'm for sure finna finish this year strong.
When you start fucking with the tattooing shit, when you got into that?
Well, I've been tattooing for about 4 years.
When did you realize like it was something like when did you realize like nigga I can draw for you, I need to start making some money off this shit?
Shit, when I was broke as fuck. I was like but really I always wanted to tattoo, and it just came a moment where like I made a sacrifice. Like I spent probably like almost my last $200 and I bought a tattoo gun.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm gonna make some money off this shit. Like I got to now, like I ain't got no choice. Now shit, I picked that bitch up and I started practicing. But I always been in the drawing and painting and shit like that. Even in school, like I was doing that shit heavy. I'm just always been like artistic in general.
Yeah, I know you say you got your hand like in a lot of like different lanes and shit like that. So what's some other shit outside of music, outside of tattooing that you be into that most people want to know about for real?
Yoga. I just started though. I just started, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yoga, bro. Like, yeah, working out too, for sure. But yoga, bro, it's like, that's the easiest way to get high off life, bro. I'm telling you. Like, since I started, I'm not trying to miss no day. That's still like church to me.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, especially more black men, to do that shit, bro, because they, like, help you, like, channel all your moods and motherfucking get that stress up off of you.
For a lot of people that don't know, from the outside looking in before they even get into yoga and shit like that, they would say it look like it's just stretching for real. So describe like what would you say is the difference between yoga and then like a typical stretch for real?
It's pushing your stretch. It's not, you're not doing your usual stretch. You stretching shit that you probably ain't never even stretched before. But I'm not the professional to speak on that. I don't want to go too deep off into it, but I can recommend my girl Trinity Giselle. She's my yoga instructor. She can get with her, bro. She gonna get you right, I'm telling you. Or my boy El Nabi, he do yoga in Nashville. He raw as fuck. If you feel more comfortable listening to a male instructor as well. Like I say, it's more than just me.
What would you say it has helped, like as far as like your spiritual journey? What would you say it has helped? And then just you as a man in general.
Man, bro, I recently lost my mom in July 18th.
Yeah.
I ain't never been that angry in my fucking life, like ever. And I was just like, bro, I gotta do something with this shit, cause it's not gonna go nowhere. Like when you lose a parent, it's like that's something you gotta learn to live with. It's not something that goes away. So I gotta change. Like something gotta be different. I gotta change something. So I just started going hard on myself, bro. I actually started going to the gym. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to the gym, but I'm still angry. Like that can only get you so far. So I also started fasting at one point too. Just you know what I'm saying, trying to change my eating habits. I for sure can do better, but that shit ain't nobody perfect.
And this all after July?
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Like I started going hard with my self-discipline pretty much. So
Yeah.
All the way across the board. I started changing myself as a man. Holding myself to a higher standard as a man, because my mama's not here to do it no more.
So what would you say, like so say after July and everything that's happened done happened and now it's a month later, like what would you say, how would you describe coming out of like one of the darkest moments you feel like, where you feel like, all right, I need to change? Like how did you get up out of that?
God. Straight up. God. Like, there's no other answer. I tell you that. The God, the Most High, and the God that's within myself. I listen to both of them. And my mama. Because sometimes people have to leave in order to work in another plane, you know what I'm saying? So she putting in work, well, I'm putting in work, and we just matching each other edgy from different sides of the universe.
What's some of the best advice she gave you before, like that you run with, that you stick with, that's something like you think about that quote every single day, like something she done said that you feel like other people could benefit off of?
Damn, I wish I would have brought my book, because she had left me a book, and she had wrote the letter. Man, I'm so cold, bro. Before she passed, she had wrote me like a book, and then she had left a letter in it. I wish I could. Matter of fact, hold on. I got you. It is on my phone.
But
I'm giving y'all a vulnerable moment right now. She was like, but as your mother, I will always push you to be great and use your gifts and mind to excel in life. When you were little, I will make you say, I am not mediocre, I am the best. There is no greater love on this earth than the love of a mother. Keep pushing, be disciplined, make sacrifices to become an upstanding man. Build your character, have integrity, seek God in all that you do. Understand that life is hard. No one knows you anything. Be a leader. Really, all it is, bro, is really alchemy, like turning your darkest moments into light, pretty much. Because I could have, it's plenty of people that have lost their mothers and went off the deep end. I could have easily been those people, but I just made the conscious decision to put, it's not easy either, like, it's hard every day, but I make the conscious decision to put in there work to conquer that, because my mama put in too much effort in raising me for me to just fall off the deep end, bro. I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm an only child too. And plus, my mama used to always remind me, she'd be like, I was born 1 pound 8 ounces, but I was preemie. And plus my mama is like the youngest ovarian cancer survivor in Texas as a child. So like she really wasn't even supposed to have kids. So it's a blessing that I'm even here. So I'm here for a reason, bro. Right now, it's kind of hurting me because right now my mom would be my manager, like, because I know that's who got my best interest. Like,
yeah.
Me personally.
Man, so to the people that's been rocking with you, the people that's been supporting you know through all this music shit, your whole journey and shit like that, what would you have to say to them right now?
I love and appreciate y'all. Because without y'all, bro, I wouldn't even got this far. And I got a lot longer to go anyway. But it's just, we down for the ride for sure.
Every new artist coming up gotta tap in, Busttdown. You gonna get out there quick.